But what about the idea that the police are there to protect you? We asked David Kopel, a former prosecutor.
What the courts say again and again and again is you can sue the government because it failed to protect you, but you're not going to win anything. The government has no legally enforceable duty to protect the public.
The best or worst illustration of this point came in the District of Columbia's appeals court decision in Warren v. D.C.
In March 1975, 3 women were living in a townhouse in Washington, D.C. Under D.C. law at the time, they were forbidden to own not only handguns, but mace, pepper spray, or other non-lethal self-defense tools. Late one night, a pair of thugs broke in and began beating and raping the woman who lived downstairs. Upstairs, the other women called 911 and were told police were being sent. As the court later acknowledged, the 911 dispatcher only reported a domestic disturbance at the address. The squad car that responded saw no disturbance, checked the door, and left. The women upstairs called 911 again and were again told help was on the way. This time, the dispatcher didn't even bother sending out a radio call. Believing their friend was dying, the women upstairs called down that the police were on the way. Instead of fleeing, the thugs grabbed them too, and, as the court noted with restraint, subjected the 3 women to a 14-hour nightmare of rape, beatings, and abuse. The women sued the District of Columbia and lost. The D.C. Court of Appeals ruled that the city had no legal duty to protect its citizens,
even when its employees had promised that help was on the way and then refused to send it. Under the ruling, the D.C. government was free to refuse to protect its citizens, even as it was free to ensure that they could not defend themselves either.
All those police chiefs and mayors and so on who say, you don't need a gun, just rely on us, well, that's what they say for public consumption. But when somebody is raped because they called 911 and nobody responded, or robbed or murdered, and the family sues the police come forward with the statutes that exist in every state, which say the police are not responsible for protecting people.
The insanity of this is that the D.C. government has passed laws which prohibits an individual from protecting themselves. But yet, as this court case points out, they have no legal obligation to come to your aid either.